so I'm gonna side them.
Gonna go with Mineski. Okay.
I don't believe in the Void. I don't think that great there. They haven't power, but that's about it.
Good team fight though.
All right.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
You're playing against Pugna Brew though. That's also pretty
Yeah.
tough. And Shaker.
That's true.
all
So
these
you're all
other
with
heroes.
Mineski as well?
I will.
Maybe we were wrong with us.
Well, I didn't think
Who
it.
knows?
He
Yeah,
missed
good-
so many spells, dude.
Maybe the curse of the panel is true. Let's find out as we head into game number 2 and head back to our commentary team of Cap and Blitz.
Now, normally, Blitz, I like to be able to jump to you with your prediction, kind of set the tone for what we're expecting to see after the draft, but I'm going to tell you right now, Blitz, I am all in on Mineski's lineup. I don't really care what your analysis is. Not feeling NaVi's lineup whatsoever here this game, too. Not feeling it, no.
Okay. I guess I'm on NaVi all in.
Now the time to go the opposite?
Dude, I worked last game. I got my first prediction. I just like did the exact opposite of whatever the panel did. Maybe this is really how I make my bones in this business. I don't quite understand like the Weaver off lane with the Void, the Magnus mid. I mean, this all just seems a little bit convoluted to me.
Yeah. They need some sort of,
All right, Morty, the game's
like all
about
these
to start.
perfect scenarios. The planets have to align for NaVi to be able to make this draft work for them.
Well,
Meanwhile, Mineski threw a serious wrench in their plans with the Tinker.
yeah, there's a good news though. There's good
Yes.
news coming. It's that there are a lot of different heroes that NaVi have that can play very mobile.
Okay.
And there's only like one real lockdown on the side of Mineski. And it's a very good lockdown. Like, don't get me wrong, it's Shaker, but is it going to be enough? Like, that's the difference, right?
Why haven't we seen more remasters? I mean, we saw that OG, they were playing it with S4. Seemed to be pretty good there. Why don't we see more Brewmaster? Blitz. I think that hero's baller.
I think it's good, but I mean, you win some 5K pubs with it, Austin. You think it's amazing, but you need to relax. Like,
But Drunken Haze, Blitz!
yeah, I saw those games, man. They look real tough.
25 mana.
That part is good.
70% miss.
You really don't want to let the platform win. It's really annoying. You just want to like throw beer at some of you guys.
Yeah.
Chuck that.
With the CS war against a carry as an offlaner.
Yeah. Do it. Skill it. You know you want to. You don't care about Seneko. Seneko's not gonna do shit. Alright, he's holding it just in case like he's getting ganked by Chen right now. Oh, he actually goes for clap.
Yeah, maybe he goes for clap. He
Yeah.
doesn't end up picking, like, the only other one is, like, sometimes, you know, you get the critical. Feels good on that first hit.
Yeah, I feel like you just get the
Guaranteed
haze or
That passive.
they lost a courier?
Yeah,
Huh?
standard.
Where?
Raiding courier down right next to the tier 1.
Okay.
Well, now this mid lane's gonna be feeling real bad. Magnus versus Tinker. That's
He doesn't
okay,
have Sal.
but now it doesn't have a courier to be able to work off of.
Who killed it?
No Sal. Nothing.
Do you know who killed it?
Negative. It shows the scoreboard as blank.
Weird. Okay, fair. Well, it goes down. I mean, I just didn't see anybody near it, but I guess it doesn't matter. Jab. Gonna
Oh
block it
no!
all
And
with
the
my-
first blood. The attempted rotation from the Chen Centaur does nothing to be able to stop Moon from being able to pick up this early kill. I feel like if we're looking at Navi's lineup, I really need them to win the laning phase so they can have a chance of being able to snowball in and everything. But this is already going pretty terribly.
Yeah.
Courier down, first blood. And I'm not convinced that they're going to be able to do a whole lot against the Brewmaster with 2 melee heroes.
Jabs even missed the fissure, right? He hooked him on the other side, but it didn't really matter. Like, Dendi, you need Sal for this matchup. This matchup especially. If you don't have Sal, it's pretty rough. And they're even going to get a ward for... Jabs already picks up a ward in case he wants to ward up that jungle area.
Rotation up the top lane. Maybe this is where they can find the win. Mushi
They need
going to
to
be
kill him.
chased down by the Centaur. He's so damn fast, but the Centaur is almost as fast. He's not going to be able to hide in the trees now with a bug on top of him. Super dead. Tries to go for the crab buy. Maybe give him time for another blast last second, but does not manage to make it work. So Navi do even up the score 1-1, and it does look like that top lane should go pretty well for the Weaver.
Yeah, that top lane is going to be the saving grace. But at the same time, this bottom lane is really nice to the Brewmaster because Seneko can't do anything bottom. Like, I wasn't joking when I said you shouldn't care about what Seneko does.
Roger, slowed up at a Fisher. So much damage coming out from a Jakiro and Weaver. Nothing you can really do to stop it. Roll in on mid lane. This is a big kill. They can actually get it, but the invis.
Okay, Dendi, you're out of mana.
no.
Doesn't even get the opportunity to go for the gas.
He needed 7 more mana to be able to have that shockwave, and maybe, just maybe, he could have killed Moon.
And then mid lane.
Moon's gonna be able to throw out a lot of spells, and Dendi is 1 hit away. Has the healing salve though, and just enough distance away from jabs to be able to keep the salve. Oh, okay, I spoke too soon.
Nope, gets cancelled.
Gets canceled. 200 HP. That's what he's got.
Kick in mid though, unsuccessful. And there are no bottle charges. So the next room coming up is going to be huge, and I'm sure the universe is going to conspire against NaVi and give... Alright, what would be like, Moon finds a regen room at the top. Yeah, that'd be like the
Ideal scenario. Closest rune, the most value. For already
though.
low. Roger blocked out. Roger. Hey, they could even give this to the Tinker if they wanted to. Moon, come take a kill. General's gonna try and go on Ninja Boogie, but Moon's here, has a laser, so can't really go for the right clicks on Ninja Boogie to
I
be able
really
to
like
finish
this,
him
by
off.
the way. They protected the hell out of their General. So
Yeah.
if General commits, he will die. And General trying to go on this Tinker who has to use...
Only level 2 Shikuchi, so it's gonna be decent cooldowns to it. Moon thinks he can pop him, he's right. Damn.
He had to go 3,
Maxed
2, 0,
out
though.
laser, yeah.
Yeah. But kill's a kill. It's 2 rays, it's gold. Weaver with like their lone right spot right now, and NaVi just getting bodied right now.
That word got spotted immediately.
And this Brew is having like the time of his life at last.
So we said that NaVi needed to change things up,
They needed a better lane.
and they kind of did, but what was the idea behind what they changed?
I think they were hoping to pick these self-sufficient cores so
Okay.
that their supports could just move around the map and have a little bit more free space, but Mineski had the same idea.
They're just trying harder and harder to make this double 4 position work for them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Mineski does have certain that last big Tinker's now going to be caught by the ensnare. Great setup by NaVi. They're going to be able to run down underneath the tier 1 tower, finish him off with the skewer in Dendi. The recipient of that one, but Jazz already has a preemptive enchant totem. Great play by Jazz, being able to get the return kill. And already has arcane boots.
Yeah,
May not
he's
have
really
experience, but he's that gold.
No, he's really, really rich right now. Considering everything that's happened, but very good return kill for NaVi. They needed something like that. But 5 minutes in, a 2k gold lead on the side of Mineski.
The
Like-
dead walk.
Dude, this team is looking so scary.
An army of skeletons approaches.
That is, they're all gonna get one shot.
One Pugna Blast.
Be careful, skeleton friends.
So just gonna take over some of those neutral camps. Mushi can't really do any farming.
That
Does
is
manage
so
to get a
many-
successful scan though.
Like an episode of The Walking Dead. Okay, they're just getting one shot. 30 gold. A blast for 1 creep. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. It's like 6 creeps per. Got like 500.
If they could have actually gotten a successful gank, they could have turned this into a fast push on that safe lane tower. The advantage that Chen is supposed to afford you, but it seems to be working out here. The roll-in, actually does manage to nail Mushi, but the correct finds out. Going to be able to stop some of that damage. Ice Path also slowing down General, but it has another Shikuchi. Runs forward with so much minus armor onto Mushi. He's just going to get one shot there. General turns and bites up Ninja Boogie. They actually help up the creeps. He has to pop the healing self, but doesn't manage to keep it alive. And General does manage to get that one hit in. Without the heal, won't be able to survive underneath that 2-1 tower area. So General picks up 2 there, still managing to get himself out of dodge before the TP's in from the Pugna again.
Yeah, and there's a stun on mid, but
No Tinker to follow that one up.
yeah. And I'm not sure if they get that kill anyways. I guess he has 3 levels in laser. 240. No, it's not nearly enough. Even if there wasn't reduction here, they would need like 2 right clicks.
We gotta start taking this Tinker soon, right? He's working towards that boot to travel. I feel like, you know, you can let an enemy get a battle fury sometimes, right? As long as you gank them a bunch and make sure that gets that man of the next progression. But Tinker, I feel like you have to stop that first item.
Yeah, once he gets boots to travel, his farming speed just kind of gets out of control. The good news for NaVi is like they have pretty good catch. They have this Magnus who will eventually get a Blink Dagger. It looks like Dendi gonna go for something we used to see Weehawk go for a lot, the Echo Saber. And he's also stacking for himself like crazy. Like this Ancient Camp is stacked up. So this Echo Saber build's gonna help out a lot, and when he empowers, like this Void is gonna farm quite quickly. And he's gonna shove in the lane, grab this Arcane Rune, very useful rune for Magnus.
It will give him a lot more solo kill power, right?
Yeah.
He'll be able to turn more into a carry.
And he's done a really good job.
Not going to be able to really take advantage of the Chronosphere too much, but we'll see how Fisher stun. Time lapse. Weaver will still walk it off though.
He has
Plenty
plenty
of
of
magic stick, yeah. Magic
It's
stick.
really hard for him to die. So that's what we talked about, right? They don't have a lot of lockdown.
Yep.
So this game might just be one of those like really long ones where it's gonna come down to like, can Tinker get like Hex or Dagon 5 and just like repeat first? I love games like that. I think late game Tinker, I know people hate it, but I think it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. It's like second Invoker in the way that it's high amount of micro and decision making that goes on.
It looks really boring to every single person playing, but there is something unique about just like one like gnome zapping you 50 times in one fight.
Able to get the bouncing laser.
Oh, mid
General
jabs.
is going for a poke here at Jabs.
Not gonna complete. Thinks maybe there's a Tinker nearby, although they have a really nice word that they were able to make. I'm not sure when they were able to get that word out there, but they correctly ascertained that Moon is gonna be farming in that area. Moon looks like
Trying to set up this one, and he's gonna double stun that. He's gonna be one kill instantly. See if they can catch Ninja Boogie. Crystallize can throw out the Chronosphere. He'd rather be able to get the kill without it. And as long as they get the vision, they should be able to lock him down with Chen's creeps.
Dude, Trent's on Medallion right
Medallion. This is gonna turn into pretty fast pushes as well. Pretty rough.
now. I like this a lot more than the whole Aghanims thing.
Yeah.
It allows him to Roshan early on too, which is something I think they really want to go for. And he needs to be a playmaker. He can't afford to just farm like he did in the last game. As Dendi gets right click down a little bit here at bottom, and they really want to sandwich in on him, but who's the response follow? The Pugna making his way down, Dendi's just going to TP out.
Brewmaster actually going to be going for Hanamitis instead of Blink Dagger. Why do you think that is? Why do you think Ice isn't wanting to go and contest some of these pushes from NaVi with an early teamfight item? Like the Blink Dagger gives you that initiation that allows the ultimate to profit.
Sure, but you also know that you have a Tinker who's going to go for Boots of Travel, and he'll hold the base by himself with 4 levels of cap.
Okay.
And on top of that, are you really going to be looking for some device when you do have a Tinker? That's not heroized. He's probably gonna
Oh
go down
no,
here,
Tinker. Nice double Fisher to buy him a little bit of time. They still have to run down. It looks like they have to turn around and get the final bit of damage. It looks like Sineko's damage over time is doing a lot of work. He already killed the Tinker. Maybe they can kill Jabs as well. Outside of tower range, General managed to heal himself up just a tad and goes back in for that extra kill. Great initiation there from the Earth Spirit.
And very nice heal from Hunter. Any sort of fallout comes, they both die, but instead, they even managed to pick up the Earthshaker kill, which they probably weren't anticipating. But what I was saying is that normally when you have Tinkers on your team, like it forces a certain kind of playstyle. Certain heroes force you to play a certain way. Tinker's one of those where you're going to be a little bit more late game oriented. And so I think I said that and wants the game to go a little bit longer. As we see very nice initiation from the Earth Spirit. And the March, it almost ticked both of them
Yeah, it
down.
was so close. I like the fact that they both ran out and just trusted that the damage over time from Earth Spirit's ultimate would finish off the Tinker. And Jabs, I mean, he was closing in on that Blink Dagger too. They had managed to make that turnaround double kill happen in mid. He would have Blink Dagger right now, and we said, we really need that lockdown from our Earthshaker. We need to be able to have that against this. I mean, so much mobility between the Void, the Weaver, even the Magnus has that skewer.
And Brew right now, smoked up, kind of have to.
So both teams are kind of playing these slower builds on their heroes between the Magnus going for the Echo Saber for this Midas buildup from the Brewmaster. Both teams kind of seem in it for the long haul. Jab almost gets caught there by General. Instead, it's going to be gone out by Snako. Bandits gets the pitcher out, but doesn't have an Echo Slam to follow anything up. Nice is quick to give up that team fight. Doesn't want to force it onto NaVi. Again, playing for that longer game, hoping that Tinker can now hold against the mid push that I'm sure is coming from NaVi.
He's got to be set up here right now. It might be too difficult otherwise. And without it's probably going to be a dead tower. Although he is here.
Dance man Sam, Snako. Slide over there. Yeah, catch that back line, make sure they don't give a huge amount of marching machines up. So they've already killed 2 of them, and looks like the Master might be able to catch something. Oh, he actually throws out the RP just to save Roger's life, and it barely works. No, it doesn't. He managed to get the Storm. And that last finishing blow, it did manage to save the tower for the time being. Zysas tries to come back, going to try and fight this one underneath the Chronosphere, underneath March of the Jeeps as well. So this probably take a lot of damage in return, but there's no news coming in as they manage to die the tier 1 at the same time with General Snako catching the Tinker. This is turning very bad for Mineski very quickly.
Yeah, very good start for them early on, but
Middle tower's under attack.
General coming to almost every single one of these games. He's doing such a good job of a lot of mistakes in their team fights. Like, they can't lock down this Weaver, and with time left, he doesn't feel like he can die.
So you can see him just yeah, he's playing fearlessly in that back line. 3-shot. Mushi's Pugna, thanks to the double damage that he picked up.
Look how unafraid he is. They have one stun, guys. Like, I can't die. I'm going to play very aggressively for this.
So again, Mineski can't afford any team fights until they have that Blink Dagger from Jabs. And he's sitting at 1900 gold, so it's obvious that Mineski are trying to prioritize it, but wasn't quick enough to be able to win that engagement in mid.
Oh, if you saw, by the way,
Yeah, that kicks.
Snako, when he gets into that one, you're going to see Dendi very fired up right now.
He should be. NaVi need this win to be able to tie up the series and push this to a game 3. NaVi do not want another blowout in the group stage.
This is looking little by little more successful, but again, you're playing a Tinker game. You need to pick him off several times just to get ahead. As the spam begins crystallize, Shadowblade understands that he needs to be able to get more catch items to be able to solo kill that Tinker, because you don't want to commit a lot of heroes for it. And at the same time, General is so farmed. He's got a Diffusal Blade. He deals so much damage. Probably the most dangerous hero in the game right now from either side.
Yeah, by far. Anybody runs into, especially Mushi's Pugna, the Empower might be able to find his kill. Chasing down Mushi, throws out the bugs, doesn't go for the Diffusal Blade slow. He needs that for the crap buy, so just figures he's not going to have Moon right on top of him. Does have the laser, immediately time lapses off that one, in a position to be able to continue to go on a Moon. Moon tries to protect himself, ref by actually coming out from the Pugna, into the shrine, healing himself up, doing a loop-de-loop, trying to stay ahead of Snako as best as possible, and all of Mineski are here to be able to take away these heroes. So Snako goes in here as a kick back down, to the top of the Echo Slam though, unable to get a roll away in time, gets able to snatch his hand with the Ice Path.
And very nice play, going for that shrine, understanding this is the only way out. Still a lot of damage coming up from General.
Dude, what is Roger's obsession with skeletons? He just keeps on picking up these troll summoners.
Dude, you gotta work with what you got.
Yeah. I mean, they're really good for pushing if you ever get the free time to hit a tower with skeletons.
Yeah, plus he has a Midas right now. It's very strong.
The Blink Dagger, finally here for the Tinker. This is a problem for NaVi, right? They don't have the clearest instant initiation, right? The closest one is Blink RP. There's Time Lock Forward and Chronosphere. But all these kind of jumps, if Mineski just play it well enough, if Moon is able to just play faster than NaVi, he could stay ahead of all of these initiations. Yes.
Yes.
I agree with you. You're the best. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to say right now. Please? You're just giving me the silent treatment right now?
I'm trying to think, man. got stuff that I gotta think about.
Okay,
So just
okay.
boosting your ego.
Well, I mean, what are you thinking about, Will?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how Mineski is gonna win this game. The game is still probably okay.
I mean, isn't it just naturally just letting the game progress and not getting caught?
It's easier said than done, though.
Okay.
Like Seneko, he's gonna be so annoying to play with, or against, I should say. Like he is, every time like somebody's TPing out, he just like kicks a boulder at you, and you're just like, yeah, man, I'm dead. That part is really frustrating. And we talked about the early medallion pickup for this.
Roshan, a freebie for NaVi. It's Bugs, medallion, they'll do it really quickly too.
Skeleton
Power.
Here's where they come in.
Skeleton army.
They'll be
But there's more.
with more. There's more.
The skeletons of the old skeletons.
But this is how you win if you're not being.
You will not have time to pop that ultimate. Gun goes up. Maybe he's going to go another spear. Oh no, the back of fire over the top. Eyesight size. There's no rebuttal, it looks like, from Mineski. Just couldn't get off that ultimate. And now all their team fight power is gone. Jabs comes in, actually trying to fight this one out. He's getting caught. Don't have the stuns available. Already used the Echo Slam. RP gets laid out. Makes a fight. Moon unable to finish off Dendi. Now has to run himself away from his fuse blade to grab fly. Alex, you don't have the fast. They don't have anything to be able to throw down to stop that TP away. Jump forward, trying to catch this extra heroes. Crystalline does get a back here. Getting out Jabs and another to grab a fight. And now with the drain, healing up. Jabs trying to keep him alive as long as possible, but it's all in vain. These supports are dead. Give up on the Mushi. It's time for you to TP away. They're buying you space to get out.
And a godlike from General, as he has no fear whatsoever.
Oh, Dendi just ran into Dendi though. Look out! Got him. Okay.
Oh no! I think he was going for the big play. The reverse happened.
What plays were those?
I am not sure.
Because he did not have RP. I think he just wanted to pick up the bounty room.
Really?
I think he just wanted to fill up his bottle. Yeah, and that's why he got it.
That was a really significant kill. We're talking about the seniors.
Yeah, he almost has axe halfway through.
You can't afford to give him kill. And that would have been a pretty good fight. Of course, it was General just got beyond Godlike's creep. Like, everything's okay as the creeps are 50 okay up the top. But instead,
because all three of these item timings are so important, right? Blink allows him to start dodging fights. Coastal Growth. But at the same time, look at bottom lane. We have two-man smoke up. Jabs and Mushi. Echo Slam. 2 follow-up stuns, plus a life drain is a lot of burst damage to throw down on an 80 hero. And Crystalline is going to be particularly susceptible to that. To Grabify and boom, all that magic damage immediately blows up. Great pick-off for Mineski, and might give them the opportunity to take this tier 2. Looks like I saw them ping it. So they're actually going to try and keep on forcing this, and why not? Brewmaster does still have his ultimate. Doesn't have a flip dagger to go with it, even if he does have the gold. But it's still going to be NaVi. A little bit timid. Fighting without their
that Brew in that last engagement, oh, he wanted to get his ultimate off so badly. Multiple times where it felt like he could have done it with Seneko, who's been a beast all game, honestly.
Yeah.
Every single time where he takes the silences, was able to lock him down and play it. They're going to hard use this power, even with the Aegis.
General's looking for a good opportunity.
They want to play some people. Guys really don't want to be getting this power. Everyone's down here, but it is going to go down to Ninja Boogie. As General going to chase forward, he wants to see what he can get.
Oh, Jabs is ready for the turnaround. They see General.
They're trying to bait out,
Can
but he
they
does
get
have
the
the
burst
Aegis.
damage? Victor Meteor follow up and can't go with the ice pack. Easy. There goes the Aegis. Mineski just need to get out of here. No, they're going to break this. They got to be careful with this one because Crystalline is coming in with fresh Shadow Blade. A really good Chronosphere could destroy this engagement. But look the way the Mineski's positioning themselves. Ice here in the trees. A lot of these are not showing themselves. Make sure they don't get caught off. Brewmaster is now going to be able to throw up and start going for Crystalline after the time on confused. So most of this damage is going to last. Even getting tornadoed up. They're going to have an ice path. Ninja Boogie trying to get it up. Ice path not quite up. They're not going to be able to do it. Crystalline jumps back a little bit farther, but they are going to be able to get Seneko. Over to Ninja Boogie. General managed to get one of those working out. He's stuck up in the picture. Here comes the RP, but it's too late. Dendi not able to save his big time carry. But with the engagement, Mushi life draining, stuck it away. But the Ensnare will be able to stop him. Gets up to the ground, running himself away. But Ensnare beginning to completely outplay NaVi. Now going to be able to get Roger as well. 4 for 1.
Oh my. That sequence of events was so well done by Mineski. Ice pre-preps his ult. He doesn't even go for the clap. He's like, guys, I gotta get it off this time. Doesn't have a blink dagger, so he's gotta do things the old-fashioned way. Pops down 3 of them, starts controlling out everyone. At the meanwhile, his backline is holding this entire time. They form this tight-knit group around Crystallize. They understand he has a Shadow Blade, but without it up, Mineski not afraid of that chrono opportunity whatsoever. The RP just a little bit too reactionary. Not that really well done by Mineski. This was so well played by them. They held that backline so well. They understood, like, guys, we're really strong right now. They don't have the Aegis. Look at Mushi. He just runs in. Moon not afraid at all. Gonna get the laser out with the last second too. And they just don't really have a way to fight because of this March.
Yeah.
General gets a pick off, but instantly dies. The RP follows up, but because of the trigger, he doesn't really have an opportunity to drag into anybody. And we see Crystallize, who wants to get that RP off, dies instead. And here just comes the outplay.
Well, the good thing for NaVi as we come out of this replay, we did manage to get a pick off. The Void killed Mushi, so did finally use that chronosphere. And if that was just like the timing, you know, Dendi just comes in, gets the RP a little bit sooner, saves their big damage deal. Oh, again with the same ward. This time Echo Slam's up, got even longer duration hold on General, and they've got the burst damage to be able to back it up with Tinker every single time.
Yeah, we kind of questioned how he would die, but I guess that's one way to do it, as now they're trying to get really strong. And they're going to commit the Echo Flame every single time. He's got to be a bit more careful. Definitely needs a BKB at this point, and that is going to be the follow-up item.
Holy cow. No Blink Dagger ever required for the Brewmaster, and he went straight for the Radiance.
Yeah, he wants to be as annoying as possible to double evasion, of course, from the Radiance Burn and the Drunken Brawler on top of the Drunken Haze. He wants to be this frontline figure for Mineski, which they do desperately need if you look at their lineup. Like, they need somebody to just run in, tank some spells. If you burst everything onto this this hero, they don't have that much magic burst. A lot of damage. And this mid tower is really that hard. They absolutely need to be able to have to give up on it. Hunter Blast a little bit too much. Items are flying in Shadow Blade completely for that Magnus, as well as the Radiance for the Brewmaster, but even with the Shadow Blade, like, they have 2 Shadow Blades right now. Is there enough control follow-up? They need a better RP though than they have been getting so far, but it's kind of like they stack up on each other, if that makes sense. Like, you have that RP, but you also have this chrono, so they don't synergize perfectly well. Even without the chrono, they can't get that.
I think one of the biggest synergies they have is that they can get the bugs and then get the double disables onto these heroes. And somehow General only needs to be in a position where they're trying to get Tinker, but they're going to get can't go to the lane as well. They're going to be able to throw the RP down on him, and they are not messing around, making sure they get this kill and get it fast before the rest of Mineski can show themselves. They're probably pretty scared. They're trying to catch the Brewmaster here, but unfortunately, Crystallize came forward and didn't manage to get off the Chronosphere ahead of that ultimate. Senego just suiciding in, hoping to be able to draw the hand away from Crystallize, who does jump away at the head of the Ice Path as well as Jabs, but they're going to be able to get another Tornado. This time, bring him down a little bit early. That time Walk was back up. He gets away before Innies does the turn around with Mineski. But they're thinking about taking this fight. Now they're going to turn around and get the Chronosphere on Ice. He was willing to take this engagement, but his team was not able to follow it up. General was disrupting the backline this whole entire time, being able to get the bugs out. In the first place, Ninja Boogie didn't actually land that Ice Path, but there's Rapify. Mushi again saving his allies time and time. 20-16, Mineski do lose this engagement.
Yes.
But it could have been a whole lot worse.
They had to throw everything and the kitchen sink just to kill Moon, as he got that laser off the axe laser, so they're like, guys, we can't let this guy get away. Blow everything. Yes. Everything at him. Very important kill for them, as he leaves the network chart quite easily. And on top of that, they were able to grab Ice, who was doing some tricky stuff to his rulings, but look at that laser, the 1-1, and so they're just like, use everything. NaVi complying. They can't let that kill get away.
Ice seemed so sure they wanted to take that fight. With the Tornado, I thought we're going to get an Ice Path, we're going to get a Fissure, but it seems like our Jakiro and our Earthshaker just couldn't follow up on that. We say Earthshaker wasn't even disrupted by General. He was playing the hard right-hand side during that time by the river, by the rune spawn. So it seemed like a little bit of, in my opinion, miscommunication in Mineski and what they wanted to accomplish with that fight.
Yeah, it looked like half of them wanted to take that fight, half of them didn't. Jabs wasn't in the best position to follow up. but probably was a better idea anyways, because as soon as you lose your Tinker, you can't really put out enough damage to burst anyone anyways. So probably a better idea just to run away from the get-go. And Ice, even though he has all this evasion, he's got to respect that he can die quite easily. As they're going to poke their heads into Roshan, no way that they go for it themselves. Absolutely no chance.
They just don't have good enough physical damage for it.
Yeah, zero chance that they can get away with that one.
No minus armor on their team. And a lot of big team fight spells for NaVi would be particularly good against an enemy team stuffed up in Roshan pit.
And Moon has a 225 health talent. Instead of going for the spell amp, opting to be built a little bit more tanky, probably going to go for Shiva and stuff like that. There is a point where you have these heroes like Storm and Tinker where you, in the past, like, you just kill them once, or like you get on top of them, stun them once and they die, right? But once you start picking up more items like the Shivas and stuff, it's not that easy. It becomes quite complicated to kill them even when they're disabled.
Yeah, you survive long enough through that one stun, and you get off the bouncing laser, and then boom, all the damage just disappears from NaVi, even if they do stun you again. I could definitely see the turnaround potential of just having a little bit of extra HP on Tinker would be more value here.
Yeah, his laser does a lot right now, so do the missiles. Everything upgraded quite a bit now.
But that is the beauty of NaVi's lineup, is the storyline has turned against NaVi since the early game where they were doing so well. Mineski winning that one fight in bottom lane, huge windfall for them. Storyline has turned against NaVi, but they still have a way to win this game at any state because they have so many big team fight spells.
Oh, of course. And they're still fine right now. They're leading by a little bit of gold on the fact that their Chen has the second highest net worth on their team. Like, I don't even know how that happened.
So even if they can't like close out this game maybe in the timing that they really wanted to, maybe stopping the Aghanim Scepter from the Tinker, being able to go into a high ground situation pretty early.
This is
Still plenty of
nice.
backup plans. Onto the Brewmaster, waiting for their they're just gonna have to kill Jazz in the backline. That's still a pretty big kill. The triple again coming out from Bushi being able to save. Crystallize has turned. Look for the other target because he couldn't get his original target. Roger gets to heal up. Tinker's trying to get a lot of damage. Roger, they just can't get on top of it. Jazz finally comes back in. Hits the big echo slam. Almost finishes off. Crystallize as well. Gets blocked out by his own Fisher. Here's gonna manage to get the time walk away. Still, Chen is he's surrounded by all of the Mineski members. There's no way he's getting out of here. NaVi could not put together the execution to be able to catch Mineski in the act.
That would have been so huge if they could have gotten Ice a split second faster. That's all it took. A quarter of a second, that's all you needed. And instead they find the Urshinger, who doesn't even go down. Mushi has been so clutch with those Decrepa 5s. You absolutely cannot give him more credit than he has.
Blink Dagger Nags. Or excuse me, Blink Dagger Ether Lens.
Yeah, and that meant
Do work for Mushi.
he doesn't save the Urshingers, they don't have enough control to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Like him surviving there then leads to the big score down. That's how close the Dota games are. There's so many different moments that could have swung this game. Not quite out of it yet.
Oh, missing out of the skewer on Ice. That would have been a big pickup. And Mineski get a bit of chip damage onto that tier 3, but don't want to risk it. Don't want to stick around, even with the Chronosphere on cooldown still. Mineski are more than happy to just back up and take map control.
Yeah, they
Look
should
at
just
that.
reset right now. Okay,
Jumping forward. Oh,
dude. No words. Because look at the sequence of events as a result. He can't even kill the Shaker. The Shaker comes in, echoes, kills Seneko. It gives him enough lockdown where he has to jump into the Tinker in the backline too, get forced out. It's such a chain effect. But they're gonna try to get back into this game, go for the slow shot. They want to take this fight.
Nancy Boogie slowing him down with the macro power. He's gonna roll up here. He's actually popped Phil's gonna really see him get in there with the game's already picked up by Crystallize. So instead he's gonna have to go for a hero that really can't do anything about it. Roger's gonna be run down completely mobile in that regards. Oh, but the RT! Made Trap Mood! This is a big pickup and not he's gonna come on top of his little here. Trap Fly hopefully really get the Beyond Blink out, but he's kind of stuck. Skewer down. TV out. Don't let him get away. They managed to get him. Just barely. NaVi are all still below though. Mineski, here comes the Chronosphere. Managed to catch. Unfortunately, General's stuck outside of it. There goes another press block once again from Mushi. Crystallize instead turns, like tries to deal with Mushi, but his beam hit, he's wearing out. But with Tinker now back at the flag, he's looking to be able to chase down General. Time blast back into the Mushi. Almost the Iron Tap, not able to do so. Mushi away, but they got the vision. They've got the damage from Mushi, and General will end up falling. Was that worth it for Mineski?
Still think it's kind of worth it for NaVi. I don't know if that's worth it for Mineski.
I mean, that buyback
was
pretty much
okay.
only got them the kill on General.
The buyback gets them the kill on General, but the Aegis is still They're gonna get some Chen creeps here. No, not even gonna get that dragon, but they might go for the high ground assault on the back of this. They know that R2 is down. Jabs is gonna be up quite soon. He's going to TP in. I think this is going to be their high ground attempt. They got an arcane rune on their Pugna. Probably not a better attempt than this. Ice doesn't have that split quite yet.
One thing is, Moon's got to play super careful. They can afford Mushi to be on the front line. Constantly, he's going to get through back. And great ice patch. Falling down through the macro fire over the top. Mushi's actually escaping. Grab the fly, turn around, strike, deal with their in charge, and he's going to be good.
And the Vinder, it's going to save him, but NaVi holds their high ground. That's the even more important part about this, is they didn't have to force any unnecessary buybacks.
Yep.
Just the fort was used, and as a result, they almost even kill the Pugna. Game gets reset a little bit here, and right now the man to watch is Tinker. If he goes down at any point, it just sort of ends. And that's the real part about playing these Tinker base lineups is you have to play solely focused on this hero.
Yeah.
Like, this is your true one position. He takes up so much of the base. He's going to push out all the lanes. He's even going to grab the jungle whenever it's available. And if you put this much into one hero, he has to deliver for you.
Is that why Ice has gone for such a carry-style build for this Brewmaster? The Midas Radiant straight into the Assault Cuirass. No initiation, just raw damage and disruptive influence.
Yeah, I think he just has to get in there, be as tanky as possible, force them to use as many spells as they can on him. And I think he has the right idea. Probably does want to get a Blink Dagger at some point. Like, I kind of like he would have done it after the Radiance at least, but opting to just finish the AC for his team. Being a really annoying, kind of poorish Brewmaster. He realizes, like, it's a Pugna. His other core is a Pugna who has Guardian Greaves and a Blink Dagger. Like, he's not going to really carry. So it's going to come down to this Brewmaster being a little bit more tanky, a little bit more physical.
But the nature of his hero, he will never have the same influence that General has managed to have. Look at General, he's trying to get that instant damage on a Tinker by Shikuching over the creep that he's TPing onto. But Tinker does wisely cancel that TP. Yeah. Right again.
Nope. They're trying to set traps, but most part, I think Moon is playing really carefully because he doesn't have that buyback. As I say
This
that,
time he squeezed it. Oh, there's the round two.
they know where it's
Orange is there. By Snake, was he gonna get the kick? He got it! Boom! He's gonna be stuck in the trees. Now they're gonna get the box on. Orange is gonna be silenced up, going for the TP up. They have it. He's done. They don't have the damage to be able to get it. He's got it. Oh no!
that was
Moon, what have you done?
the last possible second that Sneko could have gotten that off. We talked about how disruptive he's been all game. He comes in clutch again. This is a 5-position earthquake. He's had so much impact.
Oh,
I thought he was gonna play safe, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he canceled that TP 2 different times. And finally, he's like, all right, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, NaVi rewarded with their patience.
Wow. So 70 seconds on the clock for Mineski's Tinker. NaVi, it's just a race to see how much damage they can do to the base.
I think they just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, they take one lane of Brax for sure, right?
Yeah, they got Aegis right now. They've got BKBs up. All of their spells are available right now, aside from Magnetize. Best possible scenario right now for NaVi.
Mineski do have a lot of high ground afforded to them between the combination of Pugna Blast as well as Earthshaker Fisher blocks. And then there's always Macro Pyre and Brewmaster Initiation.
You gotta be careful though. Dendi, he's looking for something. He's invised up right now.
Wants to be able to get that easy skewer back.
Any sort of numbers advantage to pick up.
Chronosphere on Ice. See if they can finish him off. They're gonna get off that ultimate, but they're not doing the dance fast enough. Man's gonna dash out. He has to get off the ultimate, and the RP put on the Bushi gets an defensive force step away. Now under prep point, he's able to get out of this one. Brewmaster just trying to stall up this fight as best as possible. NaVi on the retreat. Only 15 seconds till the Tinker is here. Brewmaster trying to finish off Roger. Use his ultimate. He just wants to be able to control his hero. If he puts tornadoes and stuns until the Tinker is back online. In fact, they almost finished off Crystallize without him. They managed to hold. Mineski did have the high ground defense as NaVi blundered their initiation. It completely screws that lane of ranks that we were hoping to see taken.
It was just too far deep. Nobody could follow up Crystallize. And when he was that far away, if the RP connects on Ice, maybe that's a kill for them. But, oh, they dove it so far for that wasted Aegis. And they had to work so hard for that Tinker kill. It ultimately leads to nothing. Very well done by Mineski in that fight. That Shadow Amulet too.
Yes.
On the Mushi.
That was a big save.
If he didn't quite catch that fight. Just perfect team fight.
Who was that? Was that Jabs?
Yeah, Jabs.
Disassembling his Shadow Blade for the Shadow Amulet?
I think he didn't have it at first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I hope they get to show that again. That was such a cool fight. I think if Dendi was like a pixel closer, that's how close these fights have been so far. Like if Ice goes down, maybe they just go for it.
Yeah.
Now everyone.
Now they've
trying
got
to
a
farm out.
gem. I mean, they need vision control real badly for Moon.
Yeah. A lot of BKBs on the side of NaVi, but
And if they could get an MKB for Weaver, is that his next item with 4,000 gold?
I think MKB is okay. Maybe it could go for Bloodthorn as well.
Okay.
I think Bloodthorn has a ton of utility in
Yeah,
this
that
game.
would be pretty good.
Yeah. And notice, by the way, the Tinker has decided to go for...
Sineko? No, he's gonna be. No, he's not gonna be stopped. Jabs did not know where he rolled to, so missed out on the Fisher.
But the Tinker is going to go for the Shiva's Guard, and that's going to make him quite tanky. Although he does still die really fast.
I know Mushi was thinking about the Shivas as well, but since Tinker's gonna be gone in for it.
And right now, they're going to run the Ancient Blend down. Beating on them right now. Oh, not even going to get one of them. And Crystallize. Grabs the tier 1 tower bot. He's getting really strong right now. He still has enough BKB charges too that he's scary. Dendi, of course. General still up to 8. As Moon.
Moon's gonna try and hold this between March and Bouncing Laser. His team will take that tier 2. Hoping to be able to force NaVi back in a defensive position rather than vice versa. But Dendi, there is inherent risk to trying this out. Mushi gonna be caught here. Dendi and pop out on him, tries to go for it. Misses out on the skewer backwards here. And the Brewmaster already popping him, but Mushi has no way to defend himself. So the Degrefify is coming up soon, hoping to be able to get out with a life drain on anything, but a single target. If you can run on General, they can make this trade-off. That'll be worth it for Mineski. 1-for-1 so far. Crystallize now coming in with Chronos here. Goes straight for Jabs. Jabs, you're already showing his Echo Stand. He can't be too disappointed. He gets on the go, doesn't get caught. Tinker in the face.
Oh no, Tinker absolutely could not afford to go down there. They're going to lose significantly for this as well. 4-for-1 trade. NaVi only losing General, who's already done his work. Finally get a good Chronos here and follow up. Had to get out of there, but played a little bit too close to the edge there. He does have buyback available. Really didn't want to have to use it though, as he had that Shiva's completed.
And apparently Roger's just rolling in the money so much so that he's going to go ahead and start picking up Daggons.
He's going to get Dagon.
I mean, he's already got Pike, he's already got Axe.
Yeah, they've got the... Oh, it is the Bloodthorn, by the way, for the Weaver. It has to be. Somebody needs to grab it. They can't both go MKB. A little bit too greedy. If he can get on top of this Tinker, silence him, he kills him really quickly. No defensive items on this Tinker, no Yules. What? And Ice. Only person that made it out alive. Everyone is respawning though. The Tinker, luckily, doesn't have to use that buyback, but NaVi inching forward right now in this game. 7k lead for them, even though the top 2 net worth on the side of the net worth, and that's going to change soon as this 17k net worth has more than a Carry Weaver and the Magnet.
That was Roger so big. And Midas, Black Dragon, I can see that, right? I still can't get my head wrapped around the fact of this guy. Especially since every single time, like, Brewmaster pops his ultimate, he's like, oh, Chen's a free kill.
Yeah.
He can't run away from me.
2, 6, and 13 though. On the flip side, Dendi 3, 3, and 3. Hasn't had too much effect in this game. Mainly just been an Empower bot and trying to land whatever RPs that he can find.
He only needs one big RP to win this game, though.
It's been General that's really been doing a lot of the legwork. 15-5-2 right now, first team.
For sure. Him, Sineko, those 3. Who's seeing to a bit of a walk for NaVi.
Right now, Weaver shoving up bottom lane. Is quite tanky in his own right. Still has a lot of BKB charges, and the Aegis did go on him. Cheese going to Crystallize instead.
It does seem like NaVi and Mineski do share a very common thread in that they both try and enable their offlaner quite a bit, who
Yeah.
can sometimes go into that carry style. NaVi especially. To great success as he now has an Orchid.
But in most cases, we normally see the Brewmaster being played more as an initiator. But I think the scenario just dictated that he has to play a little bit more offensive.
Yeah.
Run in, take some spells.
I mean, as an initiator, he's pretty bad against all three of his cores, right?
Yeah.
In initiating slow rather than a stun, an ultimate that's kind of slow to get out.
That's why he just walks it.
Yeah.
He walks it in.
It's like us all the same.
Hope for the best. And he has a BKB now. His brew is very large. I'm going to save the buyback.
25-2, it's a big upgrade, and I don't know, is it going to be damage? Yeah, I think so too with his build.
Does he really care about the primal split unit? With the way that he's been playing? As
I mean, I could see them dying pretty quickly.
okay, the Dragon were just spinning for like a minute. Roger just had them spin. Kind of taunting.
Putting on a little show for Mineski right outside their own base.
They're trying to poke. I love this, but it is going to get caught. There goes that Aegis.
Can they get the second one?
Maybe.
No, he's got BKB.
But they're not going to get a tower position. This was an early Aegis. And a BKB pop NaVi. Probably going to go on the retreat now.
Wow, they really got nothing for that. Backdoor protection went up as well, so the Dragons didn't even do anything at the bottom tier.
Dendi though, still in this area. Trying to see if he can get any sort of RP off. Sentry's been laid out though. Is he in? It's just a shot right now.
There's the Echo Flame easily turn things around, but now the Chronos here on the Echo Flame.
They think he gets one
giant payback. That might almost finish off. They will then get to the end of that Chronos Spear. Dendi barely surviving. Pops BKB just in case to make sure he doesn't go down. Now they have to outplay the Tinker though. Roger's going to be slowed down. Laser almost finished off. Here comes the rocket. That's going to be able to get him. Pop the Shrine. Snako trying to get out of there. Will manage to roll over the cliff.
Still, NaVi want to try to make use of this. There's no buyback available on either of those heroes.
The Tinker has to heal. General going to be stopped from hitting that tier 3 by Decrepify.
And this three-way assault. Maybe they grab somebody with a skewer. No one's going to whip as
Mid skewer going for Dendi. Ninja Boogie just hoping to be able to stall Dendi, but he did manage to get the silence on Roots. The Roots jump forward. Tries to finish off Dendi himself, but now he's in an awkward position. He does have Decrepify to be able to protect himself if necessary, but Roots, he got that time dilation. Can't really afford to jump out and catch those slow heroes with the cooldown remaining. So he has to go back to the fountain once again, but in the end, it's another successful hold for Mineski, despite what looked like a big advantage for NaVi.
yeah, right now Defender's advantage holding true as NaVi, they were trying to split up the map, like 2 people go top, 3 people go mid with the Black Dragons, but the Tinker just a little bit too annoying with that laser. NaVi a little bit too low to continue that assault. Dendi, careful here, he's gonna pop out, this might mean his death. That's a gem too.
Okay, maybe Crystallize?
Oh, that is such a large pickup. That's another 900 net worth on top of the 724 that he lost. Crystallized with that huge leap forward. Can't find anything. Still gonna look in the trees, but unable to.
Look at these dragons. They're so good. They push right in front of the tier 3 and doesn't lose a single.
General actually gonna run into him.
Oh no.
I think
He's gonna be silenced up with the Echo Flames here. Jab, he managed to control on General. Boot's gonna be able to get up. Oh, he goes with the BKB's pop. He's gonna be able to chase down Moon. Not able to make the escape. He got the Shivas off last second, but now Jabs, he's gonna have to pop his own Shadow Blade. General, he's a little bit too high HP for Jabs to be able to one-on-one him here. Maybe he can still catch something for his team, but he already threw out the warning entry. They're going to be able to see Jabs before he gets the initiation, try to roll out. Snako's not able to do so. Jabs going to be kept alive by the Dragon Bushi, actually almost draining himself to near death there just to be able to keep Jabs alive. And General not feeling comfortable trying to fight Mineski here at such low HP.
And they grab the gem back, but still, Moon, he could have just left. If you leave the Earthshaker right there, everything's okay.
Yep.
If you abandon him, the Earthshaker probably will shoot the other Shadow Blade, and they still have the gem. There's no problem for them. But his decision to stay gonna cost him his life again, and he absolutely cannot afford those mistakes.
Such a high-risk play. Go for it. A little bit more full of Mushi here for Crystallize. He's gonna be able to. Oh, no, never mind. He's gonna go down to be able to protect himself, but there goes the super play. Now they have to turn on the Eyesight. He's running low on mana. It's not gonna be able to get off his own. He's in trouble. General might be able to fight him here. Stalled up by the Enchanter. What a match from that hero. Eyesight size. No, that's not the picture at all.
And now
One down.
there's the buyback from Pugna. And
Can they do it again? Can they hold 3 versus 4?
13 seconds left on their Tinker. He absolutely does not want to force a buyback period.
So there goes the glyph.
They're going for all 3 sides though at once right now. NaVi looks like they're going to focus their attention on mid. Dendi just getting his top power. It's going to go down right about now, and they really want 2 sets of racks here as Moon going to try to stop it and out of this.
They can manage to see Dendi. They're going to be able to jump on top of the big initiator as well. Because there's no chronosphere. So maybe they can just hold this to only one of them. Crystallize tries to go for the jump onto Moon. He managed to link himself 1 step ahead of Crystallize.
And they do manage to grab this whole set and that tier 3 tower at the top. Probably less than what they wanted to get out of that though, considering how many heroes on the side of Mineski were dead. But they're going to be happy with that. Grab these shrines instead. That Orchid played a big role. As we saw, he was able to just lock up this Tinker for such a long time. And they can ill afford to lose Tinker this many times. They invested so much on him.
My thrift reward.
Man, NaVi they were really looking down the barrel at an endgame scenario.
Yeah.
If Dendi manages to catch Moon instead of the other way around,
Yeah.
force out that buyback, you're just 1 kill away from ending this game.
But instead, things get reset. But ball is completely in NaVi's court right now. 21K, their top net worth in this game.
I was just laughing about that. My man Roger. Goddamn. These Black Dragons, they are money makers.
Yeah. This is, it's, say what you want, it's still pretty absurd. I understand that he's getting the majority of the farm due to the Black Dragons, but he's still having an unbelievable amount of impact in this game right now. Yeah. With a Dig on 5, is it a Dig on 5? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it is a Dig on 5. He's almost got a Hex 2. Just less than 1,000 gold away from that now.
Alright. Remember what I said on the panel? Maybe get away from the Chen. I changed my mind.
Don't do
Stick
that.
with Chen all the way.
I told you. Roger. He's just gonna farm. Big stuff. Very cool.
He's rapidly turning into an AEY.
Yeah. Although he does get Eclipse now and that works. He had it. That's all that matters. It's the era of these boys, man.
Tinker. And can he get something else to protect himself better?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like... I think he's just going to go for the play element right now. Moon playing very aggressively, jumping forward, trying to clear this creep wave as best he can. He understands how many times more can you get caught out here, as every single time leads to racks. And buyback is all that matters right now for this Tinker right here. They're going to shove in mid. They probably need another lockdown. They need a Hex, I think. I think Moon needs to grab a Hex.
That'd be a pretty good way to be able to deal with Faceless Void, especially. He'll have a little bit of problem. Well, no, I guess General doesn't have a Lincoln's, right? Because he went BKB. So this instant disable would be really valuable.
Yeah, they're all gathered around the
Trying to bait out Tinker a little bit.
They want somebody to come to this. They did grab the 140 attack speed talent, by the way, from the Brewmaster. This is not your average brew.
Alright, we'll see how much compare he actually becomes. Look at Manta next.
Okay, he's pretty much just alchemist.
Sure.
Out. Or like Naga. Like a weird Naga. And they're gonna show now. The gig is up.
There's a push at top lane. They have to go back and defend. And I mean, there's no trap being set up right now, but I would not feel comfortable as Moon solo defending that push, just in case, who knows what Navi's up to.
But what Navi's up to is this roadmap. This is like the game. Navi grabbing the majority of the game as this Aegis. Who's gonna grab it? The General, who's got that Bloodthorn fully completed. Dendi. What are you going for next?
It's going Orchid into Bloodthorn as well.
That's pick-off potential.
Alright, well, Tinker does have the Octarine core.
Okay, so he went
So-
off drain.
Spam, spam, spam. Decently tanky, but still going to be shredded by any of these Bloodthorns that get put on him. So he's just got to stay ahead of it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tough to do, especially when NaVi has so many gap closers. And they've got an Aegis to be able to fearlessly charge in. Gonna take some sick plays here from Mineski. Dendi trying to set up on that mid.
any sort of RP works for your team right now, because they are so far ahead.
Seneko, he's going to get popped here. Hoping to be able to get a ward down on the high ground. You can already see the central player. You know how important vision is for NaVi to be able to break this high ground.
Yeah, NaVi, they really want this. The Weaver pushing in mid at the same time, getting control of this jungle area, making it very difficult for Mineski to leave their base, trying to tighten up the news. They do have this Aegis. I think they want to utilize it. They've got a Hex on Roger as well.
Why not?
Sure.
Blink Dagger coming up soon, so we can go ahead, Blink Hex, Dagger. Dude, that is actually so.
If you showed me these items minus like the regular boost,
All right. Throw down.
there's the kick.
I mean, they can't accept. Oh, there's the initiation down to bottom lane. Let's get the RP onto two. Not grabbing food. So they can actually just get these two kills. Bushi is immediately going to be losing his Ghost Scepter status. Juice Blade comes out. Jazz may still hold control here on General. Does have the ammo slam. He can throw the tail. Actually chooses not to. Backing away from that one. General second. Now goes against Food. They're getting all these silences off. Here comes the Void. He does have a bonus here. Not able to go for Moon. Sick goes to some of the sidelines here. Let the rest of NaVi deal with Moon, it looks like. Jab trying to head, manage to get the defensive force down. Trying to get back, but won't be able to make it out. Snako and to get the last bit of damage with the help of Dendi. They're trying to go for all of Mineski right now. Unspeed their tier 4. They have to get a full set here. Won't this Seeker to be able to win this one, but he can't get outside of his own fountain. He keeps on getting slowed down. The Skewer misses. Diving all the way into the base, all the way into the fountain, trying to finish off the second life of Moon. General sitting on top of him right now with the invis, but won't be able to. He just locks him inside. He's like, you're not going anywhere. I'm going to stand right here. You're not going to defend anything. My allies are going to go ahead and get Mega Drake for us.
This is definitely going to be Megas right now. Everyone healthy enough to take this. Crystallize. They really have to do too much in that fight. Turn on anybody will work. The 2-man RT from Dendi. Finally connects. This might just be the game. Roger bites back. He smells blood. Gonna run to the rest of the team who want to end this game. Right now it's 2v5. Ice doesn't have that split available. Not even that tanky anymore. Those blood swords and AKBs absolutely ripping the shreds. No BKB available on him.
The next major bash luck here for Ice. He wants to be able to get his kills. Stevens. And the bouncing laser will slow down General's damage quite a bit. But here comes Dragon. Jump forward, time dilation. Crystallize going for Moon with BKB pop. They're going to be able to get that kill. What a great here. So many of them, but finally gets the big one to finish off this game. Tinker goes down for 2 minutes, and they'll clean up the scraps of Mineski as well and bring this game and this series to a tie. Brewmaster just trying to do the last bit he can with his Brewlings. There's not much just show up immediately, dies as Blood Swords. NaVi will take all 5 from Mineski. What a late game scenario we had here going into a deep 55 minutes. Mineski battled out with NaVi, Tinker on one side, but big time catch for NaVi. It seems like NaVi's lineup. I mean, they played through the lane phase and did all right there, and they got to that late game.